Hey, UGG fam, Kee Kee Soto here, Urban Girl Gardening and Lifestyle. Welcome back, welcome back. I'm here with my boy AJ.
Yeah.
Say hello.
Hi.
And today we are working outside. And what are we doing?
Filling the grow bags.
And what are we filling the grow bags with?
Dirt. Mommy's dirt.
Mommy's dirt. Our compost. So what made you want to help today?
I just love gardening.
You do? Oh. So we're outside and we're filling the grow bags because we are going to be planting some of our winter sowing vegetables into these grow bags. So AJ, we're actually going to be sowing some of your Dino Kale today. Yes, and we're going to be sowing for you too, Sky. You know, you're just in time. Say hi.
Hi.
Did you like gardening outside today too?
Yeah.
You did? So we had a good time, and as you can see, AJ is doing a really good job topping those bags with the compost, but it looks like Sky wanted to help too. So I think we made that happen. Yeah. Sky has her little shovel, and you guys work well together.
Yay.
I think that means that she had fun working with her brother. You guys made a really good team, and thank you guys for helping. And thank you guys for doing the voiceover. Bye.
Bye.
And so it's nice having a few helping hands in the garden, and the littles did a great job. Make sure y'all are teaching y'all kids how to grow food while they are young, guys. Give them a head start on self-sustainability, I'm telling you. Anyway, I used old potting soil mixed with new potting soil mixed with compost because we don't like to waste anything. So now I'm just continuing to add some more nutrients to these grow bags. I am using a granulated fertilizer with the NPK of 12012, and I'm just mixing that in as much as possible. It's a slow release fertilizer, which is good, so it'll keep feeding over time. That works well with adding the compost because the compost is also slow release, not as slow as the granulated fertilizer, but the compost will slowly leach down as we water it in, with the worm castings giving off nitrogen to our brassicas that we'll be planting from the winter sowing. So I'm also going to be adding bone meal. Now I know that bag says blood meal, but that's because the bone meal is inside it. The bone meal wouldn't close back, it wouldn't seal, so I just put it in the blood meal bag. Anyway, so the bone meal is going to give us the phosphorus that the granulated fertilizer is missing. Now, I don't mind using the granulated fertilizer when I'm gardening in ground because the natural soil usually is not lacking phosphorus at all. Phosphorus is for root development, and you see all the trees and plants and stuff that grow around us just fine. But since we're using grow bags, I want to make sure that this soil has the nutrients that it needs, and these new seedlings will need that phosphorus for added root development. And Sky decided to come back out with her shovel and help us mix it all in. Now let's get these bags watered in. We are going to soak this soil, okay? We want to make sure that these grow bags are fully wet all the way through. So what you want to do is you want to add water until it pools at the top and let it drain through. Now I let it pool. But we're also getting some rain all day tomorrow, so this will help them help the roots stay moist overnight. And it's already cooling down, like it's the evening time right now, so these bags will be fine. But anyway, you want to soak your bag, soaking containers real good. You want to make sure that your soil is wet before you get your seedlings in there. All right, let's look inside these winter sowing jugs. This one has red Brussels sprouts and chamomile, and we will be sowing the red Brussels sprouts, at least a couple of them. This container has onions and green broccoli, and we will be sowing the green broccoli, and looks like some weeds in there too, but look at those beautiful broccoli seedlings. I don't know why I put green instead of the variety. I think because I'm growing purple broccoli too, so I just wrote the color. But anyway, this one has borage and Dino kale, which is also known as lacinato kale, and we'll be sowing a couple of those too. The borage didn't come up yet, but it's still kind of cool. I have 10 bags, so we're gonna make this work. That Dino kale is AJ's favorite. We're gonna start right here with the broccoli seedlings. Look at those beautiful seedlings. They did so well winter sowing. I mean, they look absolutely great and healthy. So we're gonna go ahead and get these in these grow bags. I'm starting just by making a little hole. And what we're gonna do is break those apart and stick those right in the hole. Now, we're only planting up to the seed leaves, those first leaves on the bottom. We don't want to suffocate the stem. We don't want to put too much weight on the stem. So we're only planting up to the seed leaves, and then the roots will be fine. They'll adjust and they will be okay. As you can see, the winter sowing jugs are kind of dry, and that actually makes it easier to separate the seedlings, but it wasn't hurting the broccoli seedlings at all. They look absolutely fabulous. So we're gonna go ahead, and I ended up planting about 6 broccoli seedlings, which is really good. I have purple broccoli growing all over the place, so more of the green broccoli is great because broccoli is actually Sky's favorite. Yes, I have a baby that loves broccoli, and Sky is that child. She loves broccoli. So yep, we got our 6 seedlings in, and there are a lot more seedlings. I am going to grow some in my green stalk, as well as some of the kales and other brassicas that I have, because you know, I ain't got a whole lot of space, but I'm gonna make it do what it do. We're gonna get our food. Next up are these red Brussels sprouts, and I'm thinking I'm only gonna do about 2 of those. I also have 3 Brussels that you guys may have seen me plant in one of my previous videos. They're back in a raised bed in the backyard garden. And then yesterday, the day before, I planted more Brussels sprouts that I had started in my window. So I had seedlings all over the place. So I have quite a few Brussels plants. Last year, I only did 2 Brussels sprouts, I believe. Yes, I harvested Brussels sprouts back in November for Thanksgiving, and they were delicious, and I'm excited to do the red Brussels sprouts this season. And now here I'm taking out a couple of the Dino kales, the lacinato kale, AJ's favorite, and we're just gonna plant those in the last 2 spots. And yeah, we're gonna pull those babies apart. I'm only gonna put 1 because, guys, these seedlings are small now, and I know it could be tempting to put a whole bunch in 1 bag, but these guys get huge, okay? Kale gets really, really big, and unless you're gonna eat these things as like baby greens, then make sure you give them enough room to grow. These are 5-gallon grow bags, by the way. And now it is a family affair. Jeremy's out here, Sky's out here, and we are using some pine pet bedding. That is my mulch of choice most of the time, and we're using that just to mulch the top layer. It's very important to mulch year round, whether it's cool outside, whether it's hot outside. You want to make sure you're protecting the top layer of soil, especially with these seedlings. You don't want the seedlings, the leaves, to be touching the soil and possibly get soil-borne diseases. You don't want them getting wet and sticking to the soil and getting heavy. You also want to have some good temperature control, protection from the heat, and protection from the cool weather. So these are actually the seedlings that I did yesterday. We have red Swiss, that came from my window sowing, some purple broccoli, which also came from my window sowing. Actually, all of this came from my seedlings that were in my window. Some more purple cauliflower, and there's some collards. There's some pink celery in here, lots and lots of brassicas. In this area, I decided that I'm gonna grow a lot of brassicas, but we're gonna redo this soil, and you guys will see how that ends up looking. Anyway, thank you guys so much. Learn with me, grow with me. I love y'all, for real. Bye.